Dear Diary, some things I prayed for, I now live in. It wasn't just a hustle, it was faith, vision, and alignment. Because when I stopped forcing it and started flowing in it, everything changed. I wrote it down, I believed, and I moved like it was already mine. This season, I'm grinding with strategy. I'm showing up with grace, and I'm letting God handle the rest. Signed, a boss walking in what she dreamed of.
Welcome to the Boss's Diary, where 4 women, 4 journeys, and 4 big personalities come together to talk life, love, motherhood, and mindset. No fluff, no filters, just real talk, boss energy, and wind down vibes. Let's get into it. I'm Latasha Davis, the confident black girl and the confident realtor on all social media platforms.
I'm Alina. You can find me at Alina the Realtor on Instagram.
I'm Sha, AZ Homegirl Sha on all social media platforms.
And I am Tasha, AZ Real Estate Chick on all social media platforms.
On today's episode, we'll be diving into God, goals, and grind.
And the power behind the vision.
I love that. Yes. And can I add, we be showing up. Like,
and
can we get into the whole outfits? Like, we put out a text like, okay, what's the color? What's the vibe? And then the girls just take it from there. Like,
absolutely.
Straight from the closet. Let's talk about that.
Straight from the closet. Nobody has to go buy anything.
All understand the assignment every single time.
Always.
A plus, 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 plus.
Yes.
Exactly.
Y'all look so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
beautiful.
You look so
And you
gorgeous.
doing too.
Yes, I love that we all went into the closet, especially because we talked about finances and making sure that we saving for a nest egg, keeping our things together, and it don't mean that we have to go spend money every single episode or every single event or anything. So, we do what we talk about.
But can we also give a quick shout out to our own personal Beyonce over here? 'Cause, my girl is giving. Okay,
The summer hair is here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's definitely giving
And
that.
it's only been in for like 5 minutes. I literally left out of the chair and came right here to this podcast. I said, hello, let's get this together. Let's get this in. Yes, we make our appointments at 5 a.m. Yes, we do.
Right.
We got to do what we got to do.
Absolutely.
I ain't never had an appointment at 5 a.m. for no hair, so.
Really? When I get my hair done, I always go to whatever the earliest appointment is. Yeah,
I'd rather
It's
be first
never
than last.
5. I be getting.
I
there
go to the
sometime before
earliest, but it's never 5.
I had to be here on time and
This is
get
true.
a full, whatever.
I love that.
And I've had them braids in for 8 billion years, and so it was just time. It was time. Whatever I had to do, it was gonna happen.
I love
Yes,
that.
well, it looks amazing
Thank you,
on you,
baby.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
So let's dive in, ladies. First, how was your week? Let's start there.
Oh my God.
This week has been a week, right?
It's been a lot of things. This week was good. I feel like I am catching my breath. I am so grateful for that, but I am still running on all cylinders every single day. Balancing all of the ventures and responsibilities that I have, and I don't want no more responsibilities. I don't want
No more responsibilities.
Wasn't that like a Rugrats?
Yes. I want no more responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm over
so
it.
cute.
Please keep them.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm a girl.
My week was good. And I love that we're talking about God today because I feel like it kind of ties into this week's episode. And I'm excited. I love talking about God. But my week was really, really good. God showed up in a number of different ways this week. One of the ways he showed up is showing me that I did not need to have a VA.
I have a question.
Girl,
Because we had a bet. How long was so the last one lasted how many days? 3?
No, okay, so the first one lasted 3 days.
3, okay.
Second one got fired before they even started because they called in on the first day.
Yes.
Third one lasted 2 days.
Okay.
I know, like, you would think.
And we heard her call. She shouldn't have even lasted that.
Right, like, seriously. And so.
She's lucky she made it to that second
She's
day.
so lucky. And I realized that, I did not need a VA. Like, I had my calendar was booked and busy this entire week, and none of the appointments that I was taking was from this person who I hired. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was God revealing to me, like, girl, I got this. You know, sometimes I feel like we be trying to move at our own, or we try to move the hand of God, and we be trying to have him catch up to what we doing, and he don't move on our time.
Right.
You know, and so he was just like, okay, you trying to do your own thing. That's not going to work out. I'm going to let you figure out that's not going to work out. In the meantime, here go these appointments. Boom, 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 boom. You know, and so.
You said thank you.
Yeah, I said thank you. Like, every single
learn.
time.
That's right.
It was so good. Like, I'm so grateful. But yeah, so my week was very productive, but I also had a aha moment. Like, girl, if you don't stop playing with these people, or stop letting them play with you, really, because they was still charging me. I still had to pay, you know, for the time that they spent with me, but they didn't produce anything.
Right.
So that was me. What was you guys this week like?
Why do y'all keep looking at me?
We would like to hear about the princess adventures.
Oh, no princess adventures this week. I've been fighting for my life, quite literally. But it's okay. Let's check back next week.
Okay.
Fair.
That is very fair.
What was your week like, Shad?
This week has been very busy. I've been booked and busy this week. It's been a lot. My baby's about to go back to school, so, you know, getting her prepared for that, getting all the things, because they need 1,000 supplies. Some of these supplies, I'm like, I didn't even see her use these during the school year. However, you know, you have to get all the things. Plus, I do little pop-by gifts for my daughter's teachers. So getting those prepared, getting those together, marketing campaigns, you know, getting all my marketing campaign structure for the rest of the week. Plus, I am at the point of renewing my real estate license, so I had some CE courses to do this week as well. And, you know, you cannot miss those because, God forbid.
And did you do the thing we do every year? We like, I'm going to take my classes all year, or this 2 years, I'm going to do this. And then it'd be 30 days before you be like,
Yes, exactly. That's me. I have to renew before the end of August. And I still have one more CE class to take.
Oh, so you did really good, though.
Yeah, because all the free ones, I had to be on them.
Absolutely.
If it's free, it's
Thank you so
me.
much.
Right.
I'm right here.
It's for me. I love that.
I'm going to be on because I don't understand why we have to pay for CE classes. That's just my thing.
Can we talk about the new class that they just slid in there?
Which one?
Which one? The contracts class?
No, it's like water. It's new.
Yes, fire water. So it's not new. It's just that they were broken up before. So you would have to do a separate class for the fire, a separate class for the water. Now they're together. So it's actually better.
Okay.
But it is a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to, you know, go through. I did that one as well. And, you know, they're talking about that. It's a new class. But it was it was broken up before. It was, what is it? Fire, water, something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but it was broken up before, and then they combined them.
Okay.
Did you do it yet?
No, I have to get like a bundle deal that includes it because I didn't have any free classes or courses that was taking them or giving them to us for credit coming up before my license renewal. So I have to take this whole course and I have to pay for it. So I can meet my deadline, but it's okay.
Okay.
Because if you don't meet your deadline, girl, kick me out the brokerage.
Please no, I spend my money.
This is a great reminder because mine is this year as well. I'm pretty sure.
I'll send you the course.
And it's in December, so
So I want
you
to
have
talk
time.
about how faith, like, you know, I think that sometimes people are, I don't know, for me, faith is everything. Like, I love talking about God. I love God. Like, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. And the reason why I love talking about God is just because I think that everything that happens in our life, I try to find a meaning behind it, right? You know, regardless if it's a good thing that happens, a bad thing. Like, I'm that person where it's like, okay, God, what am I supposed to take from this?
Right.
My life can be going and it can be in shambles. I'm always going to be that person like, okay, God, what is the message? What is the meaning? What are you preparing me for, right? Because I don't think that nothing we go through is for granted. Rather, it's the devil is trying to keep us from something. because he knows, he can see it, and God is testing us, or God is testing us, because he'll test us before he bless us. So I'm always that person like, okay, what am I supposed to take from this? What is the message? Like, but what do you guys do? Like, how do you tap into your faith and make sure that, you guys are being aligned with, not only just what you want, but also align with what he wants for you as well?
So I, like you, I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe that everything that happens, there's a message in everything that happens. And it's up to us to interpret that message for whatever we feel God is trying to say to us or try to present to us, right? However, it is hard sometimes because we can get caught up in the midst of what we want, what we want to do, how we feel something should be done, when, like you said, it's not on our time, it's on his, right?
For sure.
It's to be done how he wants it done,
Absolutely.
whether we like the how or not, whether we agree with the how or not, it's going to be done the way that he says it's going to be done.
Absolutely.
Right? So in those moments, I believe that it's important to kind of step away from yourself, recenter yourself in God. Like, sometimes I have to recenter myself, shut everything down, no phone calls, I'm not going nowhere, I'm not doing anything. I need to sit and be present, be in the word, and listen to God's voice. You know what I mean? I need to hear his voice. Like, there's times where I feel like I can't hear you. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why I can't figure this out. Those are the moments where I just need to, he's like, you need to sit down, Sha, and listen.
And that's scary when you can't hear him and you haven't heard from him, because it's like, ooh, I moved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he hasn't moved. So it's us. If we can't hear from him, that means that we've stepped out of alignment with him. Exactly. And we need to get back there.
Yes.
All right, what do you ladies do?
For me, this season has been all about not aligning with other people's vision, but aligning with my own. Yes. So I feel that, Allah always, provides for me. I'm always wanting to be in alignment with that. I make my 5 prayers a day. I'm not perfect at all, but my belief is what has been a huge block in my life was always trying to align to someone else's vision, and it's about aligning with my vision with God, like what that looks like for me. What is the journey? What is it that I truly want to do? And when I am doing what I should be doing, because it is about me and it's directly related to the vision on my life, the call on my life, and those types of things, I win. But every time that I try to do this because this person is doing it and this person thinks this is good for me and this, that, and the third, so it's about blocking out all the other voices and going, okay, what is in my heart? And I'm a person that's really big on guarding my heart. I keep my heart nice and soft and open for love, to receive, all of those things, because I know that the heart is one of the most important components when it comes to your faith. That is where, things come in, the hurt, the anger, resentment, and those things steal your joy, but they also break your connection to God. Because when you are in your place of suffering, you can't connect to God like that, because immediately you start to push him that way, right? Because you're hurting and you're broken and you're this. But when I allow my heart to be soft and I allow myself to continue to be open to the flow of love, to continue to open to grace, affection, mercy, because that's what I ask God for. So how can I, say that I'm a person of faith when I don't give that to Alina, or I don't give that to you, or someone does something to me and immediately I cut them completely off, because that's saying that that's what I believe God does to me, and I don't believe that.
He don't. But I will say, I think that in our times of trouble and tribulations is when we find and connect to him the most. That's where he shows up the most. Because I feel like I was watching, what's his name? Pastor Mike Jr. In Alabama. He is, what is his church called? I can't think of it, but I love him. And he was saying how if you want to keep a person from God, if the devil wants to keep a person from God, all he has to do is bless them with abundance. Because when you get abundance, that's when people start to pull away because they don't feel like they need him. Oh, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. But when we are in need, we are so quick to say, oh, God, hear me. Oh, God. You know, we fast. We do whatever we need to do when we're in a place of need. But when we feel like we are in overflow season, we have to have that same humbleness, that same desire. Like, okay, God, please, like he said a prayer. He was like, now when I'm getting blessed, I pray to God, like, God, please protect me.
Yes.
You know, when he said, when I'm receiving, I pray that God protects me so that I don't mess this up, because we'll get something and we'll think, oh, okay, this life is going good now. Let me just, you know, I'm balling. Let me do this. And as soon as we get to being comfortable, because God will never allow us to get to a point where we don't need him. He knows what our Achilles heels are.
That's right.
Every single one of ours. So he's never going to allow us to get to a place where we are just so independent. He will bring us to our knees quick.
That's right. Absolutely.
What do you say, Alina?
I'm really big on letting go and letting God. First off, I love all of your ladies' responses. But yeah, letting go and letting God. You can't worry once you give it to God.
Absolutely.
I was talking to Latasha just recently, and she's like, well, what are you going to do now? I'm like, I'm just going to sit in it. No, don't just sit in it. You know, you let it go and you let it go. You let go and let God. But ultimately, I'm like, okay, I just want to feel these feelings for just a moment. You know, just, I don't know. You can't make sense of it at the end of the day. But that's what I do. The faith of a mustard seed. Ultimately, I know, you know, I'm going to get through it. You know, I may not see it right now, but once I let it go, I'll get through it.
For sure.
So
for sure.
That's how I get through it. I love it. It's just like a sense of relief.
Yes. And I love
time.
that you said that, because we have to allow ourselves some time to sit in it. You know, you don't want to be sitting in it for months and years, of course, but you have to allow yourself to sit in it, because when you're in that midst, that's when God comes to you.
For sure.
That's when God speaks to you. That's when he tells you what's next. You know, that's when he tells you what his plan is. That's when he comforts you. And I feel like that's when you can grow closer to God. When you're sitting in the midst of it, you're allowing yourself to feel whatever you're going through in the moment. You know what I mean? Because he's bringing you to that moment for a reason. He's bringing you to that because I need you to hear this. He's bringing you to that because once you get there, I'm going to bring someone into your life that either has experienced the same thing, will experience the same thing, and you're going to be in position to help that person. I believe that everything God brings us through is in the benefit of helping others.
My auntie says that all the time.
Yes, absolutely. So everything, even when we're at the bottom, you know what I mean? At the very bottom, there's been times where I didn't have $1 and someone needed help and I helped them. You know what I mean? Because you never know, you never, ever, ever know when God has put someone in your life as a test to see if you're ready for the blessings he has.
I agree. And he won't bless you.
And I don't want to fail none of God's.
I'm telling you.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything.
I'm strong on that. Oh my gosh. I'm always trying to find the silver lining in everything. Like alignment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I agree.
That's what
Like,
it is.
I think that some of the, when I am locked in, I'm aligned, that's when I feel like I elevate. You know what I mean? But obviously, because I'm doing it with God, right? I feel like that's just like when I opened up Pivot. Everybody in, because it's me, I guess it's not, you know, it's me. Like, I don't see anything special or anything like that. But like when I've opened it up, I've met so many broker owners and they're like, oh, who's your business partner? God. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people cannot open or will not open up their own brokerage, number one. Number two, they will not do it alone because it's a lot to do when you're doing it by yourself. But when I said, it wasn't even what I said. I feel like this is what God had wanted me to do for so long, and I came into agreement with it. And I was like, okay, God, I'm about to get my license to be a real estate broker. And literally every single thing after that was a yes. Like I passed my test on the first go around. I got I found the locations. I found my agents. I got the system, like every single thing after that became a yes. Obviously, it's hurdles, it's obstacles, you know what I'm saying? It's growing pains.
Of course.
But when you look at how when you doing something with God and you write it down and he's like, okay, this is what you're doing, I don't care. It's a peace that comes with it. It's like you know that you're doing and you're doing it and he's proud of you. You know what I mean? Because he's like stamping it like, okay, boom. I said this is what you're going to get, boom. Soon as you touch it, soon as you agree with me and you go do that, watch how them doors open. And I promise, like, that's why I write down anytime God give me a vision. I don't care if it's something that's 10 years from now. Even if it's not something that I want to do now. If he tell me, and this is something that's clear to me, I write it down.
Yep.
I have a question. First of all, shout out to these amazing agents, a part of Pivot, okay? Let's
Yes, shout out to every single agent that is a part of Pivot. I appreciate y'all.
So how long have you ladies been writing down your goals? I started journaling maybe within the last 5 years, and I've seen a tremendous growth in my life and my goals. So now I'm interested in how long have you ladies been doing it, because maybe I started late. I don't know. But I'm just interested.
There's no such thing as starting late.
Right,
you started
right.
right on time.
Yeah.
You started when God had your mentality positioned to where it needed to be for journaling to be effective for you. So you
Right.
started right on time. You
Right
didn't
on
start
time.
late. I journal as well. When I do my Bible studies, I write down the reflection of what I'm interpreting, what I'm reading to be, or what I'm interpreting God's message for me to be. Because at the end of the day, it is based on our own interpretations. But I've been journaling and God knows I ain't perfect. I don't journal every day. I'm not, one of those. I would love to be, but life be lifing. So, but I've been journaling for quite a few years now. I started journaling back in 2022, more consistently than I've ever done before, because I went through a really, really traumatic my family went through something extremely traumatic, and it literally shook us, our foundation. It shook my relationship with God. It shook everything, and I know, the Latter-day Saints, they say you don't question God and you don't, but I don't believe in that. I believe that we should question God, because he wants us to talk to him. He wants us to communicate with him. He wants us to have that relationship with him, right? So how are we having a relationship with him? How are we, if I can't feel that I can, be comfortable to ask you a question at least, So, but that was a very dark time for me. It was, a time where I really, really, I kind of pulled away from God. And I came back, of course, because I always double back.
For sure.
But and when I did, I really got heavily into journaling, and
Absolutely.
ever since then, I've been like down on it. I love journaling, even if I'm not able to sit there and physically write pen and paper, because I'm not always in the mood to do that. But
Of course.
I do video journaling as well, voice notes.
I do.
What I mean?
I
I
love
do
that.
voice notes.
I do videos.
I do, like sometimes, I'll just turn on my recorder. I have videos in my phone. I'm not posting them nowhere. I'm not giving them to nobody. It's
my
just
favorite thing to do.
It's just letting it out and getting it out, right? And it absolutely is amazing. It really is.
I love going back to those voice memos, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah, I know. Right?
And
Oh,
even still,
man.
like, whatever the message was at the time, it ministers to me again when I hear it. You know what I mean? I started journaling probably in 2020. That was the first year of my singleness. Well, my singleness started in 2019 when, my ex-husband left, and now I had to reposition and realign to what my new life would look like. And I would go and I started journaling. I did things like focus wheels, where it helps you put the center of what your goal is in the middle, and you work around it to put small goals or attainable actions that's going to bring you into focus into that focus wheel. It's what's called a focus wheel. I'm a task list maker, so I do a lot of lists and, things like that. Journaling was a way for me to allow myself to release my inner conversations. And so one of my favorite things to do, I have not done it in a while, is to go up to the mountain. And I'd go to the mountain and I would pray and I would, I cry. When I tell you I would travail, I would cry. I would just cry out to God and I would just yell into the wind. And I felt like my sorrows and then even my joys or whatever I was speaking out into the wind was making it to God. Because I was speaking it into the air. And something about the wind would just empower me and, make me, I would come down off that mountain and my eyes would be swollen. But I would feel so much more rejuvenated and filled. And I have learned to allow myself to release those things. And so I do that through journaling. I would journal every day. And it's so funny because I can go back and pinpoint. I could tell somebody, like, I can show you in my journal what I said about you. Like, oh, no, I didn't like you at first. It says it right here on this day in 2022. Like, this is what I felt. And then I can see the progression of what I was dealing with at those times when I go back. And I go back and read them all the time. I have books of them. And I'll go back and I'll read them. And then I'll have seasons where I don't journal at all. And I think that's fine. And then at times I'll just do a voice memo because there's like a message I need to get to myself. And a lot of the things that really help me are things that I release that ministers back to me. And it's so good. And I just thank God all the time. Like, yes, minister. Because I always tell people, like, whatever you're getting, it's for you first. You can't just be running around telling people all these things and like, are you applying what you're hearing? Because why would God tell you something for somebody else before you? It's for you first, girl. Just sit for a second, listen to what he's saying. Now you can share it. Right. Now you can share it. Like, marinate. Yeah.
I started journaling in 2021, but as far as writing down my goals and my visions, I've always done that. I've done that since I was young. I wrote down my goals. I wrote down what the visions were. I spelled out how I plan on achieving those goals. That was always, because I'm a visual learner. So I've always been a note taker and a note writer. And so I've always did that when it came to business. When it came to personal life, I started doing it in 2021. Similar to yourself, I went through a season where I was now single. And like you said, Alina, I wanted to feel it. Like, I wanted to feel everything that I was going through in that single season. And it was tough. But one thing I told myself, I'm not going to escape it. I'm not about to go date anybody to get over it. I want to sit in it. I want to listen to whatever it was that whatever, God is trying to tell me in this, whatever I need to fix from this, I want to sit in this moment. And so I started to journal about my, personally 2021. And I do sometimes go back and read those journal entries, and it makes me, it's a good and a bad thing, because sometimes I be like, dang, like I was going through it. Like, I remember taking pictures when I was in like a hard place, and I took pictures, and I never even knew it was a thing called audio journaling and all of that. I never even knew that was a thing until literally right now. But I'm just a person where I wanted to take a picture of me going through this season, you know what I mean? And I wanted to be able to come back to it once I got out of it, just to see how far I've come. And so that's been something that I've always done. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna get out. So it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right. I know I'm coming out of this, and I know I'm going to be victorious. Right. So let me write this down, what I was going through this day and how I was feeling on this day. Let me come back to this and give me a year. Give me a year from now. I know that this is going to be turned around.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to look back on this moment and
Absolutely.
see how much I've grown. That's my favorite thing.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. It's such an eye-opening experience.
It really is, yes. Especially when you're able to, you kind of have like a moment of, you know how they say like your life flashes before your eyes. You kind of have that type of moment, right? When you look back and you think about like things you've been through or where you used to be compared to where you are now. And it's just, it's like amazing.
It's so good.
It really is.
So do you guys make vision boards?
Yes.
I
do?
have.
Okay.
I just started.
Okay.
I love
Yes.
it.
I love it too.
I like that.
Eye-opening moment again.
Yes.
I did a vision board, but then I did it's like a vision board, but it was an affirmation board. So it's all of these words. I kind of get away from the pictures because sometimes I was making all these vision boards and I was like, okay, I ain't did nothing on this vision board this year. Like what will really help me? And I said, okay, the affirmation boards. And, you know, one of my practices when I would coach clients for confidence, I'd always talk about the way that we speak to ourselves is how we feel about ourselves.
Right.
And so the first thing you have to do is reconnect to loving yourself and, you know, having these conversations. So the affirmation board would be all of these affirmations and words and statements and things that I would see that it resonated with me, whether it was along the lines of being open to love, if it was about loving my body and being connected to, you know, family or spirit or God or whatever it is that I'm really needing to have in my life, or just things that really speak to me, I'd put on my affirmation board. And I have this big board and it sits in my office. And I still read those words. Like they still work for me and they still speak to me. And I'm like, okay, this is good. And sometimes I just stand there and I'm just affirming over and over for hours, just affirming and affirming and affirming and affirming. And those like really help a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for you. I'm a visual person, so I need those pictures. But not necessarily. I'm not going to say I need them. I don't want to, you know, use it as a crutch. But I do like to look at my vision board. I like to see it, right? And I even have one that I created. That's my screensaver. Well, it's a screensaver option on my phone. So every now and then I'll put that up.
I like the options. When did that happen?
I love
like
that.
I have
it.
one.
So
I have that.
Yes.
Like took a picture of it and just.
Yeah, because I'm in different moments, right? My husband always be like, oh, you changed your screensaver. You don't got me and the kids on there no more. That's not the moment I'm in right now. I'm in the moment where, you know, I'm like right now I think I have like a leopard on there, a cheetah, and it says in God's hands. You know what I mean? Like I'm in that fierce moment right now that I need to focus and zone in on my vision, what I want, and what God wants for me. So, you know, yes, I love my kids. I love y'all here every day. I see y'all every day.
Cute.
Yeah, he show me on his phone because his screensaver is me. See, this don't change. It's good for you. Okay. I love that.
I love that for you.
'Cause that's a good picture.
You have great taste.
Right. Absolutely impeccable taste. However, I have different, you know, screensavers and stuff like that that I need to see for different moments and different seasons for myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I love the option.
I don't do vision boards. I do prayer boards.
Okay.
So, and what's funny is this year I tried to do a vision board with the pictures and all of the cute stuff with my friends, and I couldn't complete it. It was almost like I was being disobedient because I like to write down, what am I asking God for this year? And so what I do is I write down my prayer request for the year, and at the end of the year, I go back and what prayers got answered. You will be surprised how many prayers get answered if you go back and reflect on it.
Yes.
Literally, I have my vision board before I even opened up Pivot. I kid you not. I thought Pivot was going to be a mentor, like me mentoring other people. Lo and behold, it actually is kind of a mentor program. You know what I mean? But it's not directly what I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I thought it was going to be, okay, I'm just mentoring these people, whatever. God was like, no, bigger. And it turned into a whole brokerage. Right. But I literally had my vision board from when I wrote down Pivot Mentorship, minority owned brokerage, literally. And I went back to it and I crossed everything off that I asked God for and all the prayers that he answered. And I'm just like, man,
Look at God.
I'm telling you, because like we get so in the moment and we just be getting blessed and blessed and blessed. We don't even think that these is prayers that we once prayed for.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
so good.
Yeah. I
Yes.
love all of the creativeness that you guys have provided with me. I've been creative as well. I
Okay.
did like a bingo card type thing.
Ooh.
Oh, I've seen
okay.
that. Those are cute.
Yes, and it was just so fun completing. I'm like,
Yeah.
look at me. Like,
Okay.
playing with it was nice. I
Tell
did
me
that
more.
last year.
Yeah.
So basically, you do like a bingo little layout, and you put all of your goals or whatever, or prayers, whatever you want to put in there. And then as you are completing them, or as it's getting completed, you go in and you bingo it.
Oh.
I need to go back to my.
love
I made
that.
one for for this year. Let me go back to my bingo and see what is on there.
So you had one made too?
I made one, yeah. So all my goals, like she said, so it's like a financial goal, spiritual goal, love goal, self goal, and health goal. So it's 5, right?
Yeah. So it's basically like a prayer board.
Yeah.
And you just
But
put
bingo
the
edition.
cross, right? And then you put in your squares what that is.
That is so fun.
And I'm so
You
glad
can
you said
still
that.
go back and do
No,
it.
no,
For
I'm gonna go
sure.
back and see what has happened or what has done. I know
That would be so fun to do on a quarterly basis.
it definitely, you
You're
definitely
asking
should
for a
be
lot.
doing that, right? Because I ain't looked at it all year, girl. We're in the last of the third quarter. I gotta go back and look and see. I know for sure because one of the things that was very important for me this year was Ramadan. It was my first Ramadan as a Muslima, and I was so excited for it. And I love to tell this story because so in Islam, we talk about the, what is it, qadar of Allah, and it's like, you know, what's for me is for me. Allah's plan, like, you know, Allah's the master planner. Like he, you know, we can plan all day, but God is always gonna plan, right?
For sure.
We're only on his time, okay? And so I was so worried about my first Ramadan because in Ramadan, you are fasting from Fajr prayer or from the dawn to or dusk to dawn, okay?
yeah,
Morning to
sun
night.
up to-
Yes. And so that I've done the fasting while I worked before, but it was like, okay, I wanted to be super committed. And you know, because I came to a meeting and I was fully covered. That was my commitment during that time. I'm not perfect, but I still try to do as much as I can to get closer to a law that I think works for me.
For sure.
Right. And so I prayed. I was like, oh my God, like Ramadan's coming. And although someone else may not see it as a blessing, to me, it was a blessing that I lost my job. Because when Ramadan came, I full blown like fasting, prayer, studying, learning new surahs, like being able to learn more things in Arabic and all of this stuff. And I would not have been able to have that same commitment if I worked. And that's just the truth. And I was so worried that I was going to be alone during this Ramadan, but I wasn't. I was connected to other Black Muslims that I was able to be with. My partner that is a friend that's a Muslim, we were able to have conversation. It was just like so different. But I knew that I needed to do this for myself because this was my commitment to the faith and to what I, you know, believe in and me surrendering to God. And it was so good.
I love that.
It was so good.
I think that Ramadan is, I don't care what religion you are, I think it's so commendable. Like me personally, I think it shows your dedication, you know, to mourning or to fast. It's like 30 days, right?
Yes. It's 30
And
days.
it's a 30-day fast, and you're praying, you know, 5 times a day already. Not eating from morning to the evening. Like, I think that is just a beautiful thing. And I think you and I had this conversation. I'm like, girl, you don't think that God see this? Like, girl, God sees what you're doing. There is no way you're doing all of these things. You're praying to him. You're fasting for him. You're giving. Like, that's why I'm not going to say I don't stress. Because I do think that the devil has a way of putting some type of, you know, those type of spirits of stress and depression, all of that. Like, I'm not exempt from anything.
Correct.
But I definitely will correct the action once I see that I'm in it, because it's like, girl, you don't think that God see what you're doing? You paying your tithes, you praying to him, you speaking about him, you are putting him in your life and asking him, okay, God, get in my business, get in my finances, get in my household. Like, I literally, like, please, like, it's not, he might not came today, tomorrow, whenever. I was thinking he was gonna come, but then when he comes, it's like, ooh, I needed you to come at this time.
Right on time.
Yes.
Right on time. I
That's
do
right.
like one of the things, because, you know, I don't mind sharing my story because I know that the things that I share always help other people.
Okay.
But being able to not have, you know, a steady flow of income over 9 months, and the water was never turned off.
Right.
The electricity was never turned off.
Right.
I've always had gas in my car. I always had money to do what I needed for the sellers that, you know, I'm selling homes for, and showing up to my meetings and paying you every month. You know? Like, even whatever. And I know without God, I am nothing.
Yeah.
Because everything was sufficient.
Yeah.
I had everything I need. I ate every day. You know what I mean? Like, so we always say alhamdulillah, which means, thank God. Like, we thank God for everything. And then when we don't know if something's going to happen, we say inshallah, because that means God willing, God willing for everything. This is what I'm asking for, but inshallah, because God willing. If God wills, I'm going to have these things. And every day, and that's why I said, when people talk, I like the dedication, those are the things that I was connected to, and that's why I became Muslim. 5 prayers a day. A lot of people don't do that. You know what I mean? And so every time I have to hit that prayer mat, I'm reminded. And also, we really sit, and we call it dhikr, but it's like the remembrance of Allah. So you sit and you say things to Allah. So you say alhamdulillah, you say subhanallah, you say Allahu Akbar. And these are reverences to Allah. So, and you sit in that. And then you make your du'as. Then you make your supplications. But first, you have to do your regular prayers that are mandatory, and then you ask them for something.
I love that. Right.
Like, let me show up first. Okay, now God, let me tell you what I need now.
That is beautiful.
That is beautiful, and it shows a really strong commitment in faith. So I do. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not religious.
Okay.
I'm not religious. Yes, I used to follow Christianity. Going to Baptist church, things of that nature. But as I developed in Christ, and as I developed and strengthened my personal relationship with God, I made the decision that it was best for me to kind of continue my walk on a non-denominational, level. And that works for me. That works best for me. I have a relationship with God, a very strong relationship with God.
I resonate with that.
Yes.
That was where I was before.
Yeah,
I had to take that step back.
Yes. You gotta take a step
but never
back.
away from God.
Right,
But just,
never,
I think,
yes.
because even as a Muslim woman, I always tell people this: the same things that I didn't like about Christianity is the same things I don't like about Islam. It's the people. It has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with my connection with God.
Right.
I love God. I'm ready to serve God in all the ways that I can. Why do you think I give my last dime when I have nothing? Because I believe God's going to give it back to me. I'm never worried about those things. I treat people well because I believe at the core, no matter who you are, that if you are loving at your core and you take care of the people, God is not far from you.
That's right.
We fight about, this is this, that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's respectful to God for us to fight. This is the one. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, what are your actions? What are you doing? Because you can't tell me that this heaven and hell that we talk about, you're getting into when you treat the people around you poorly. You're not getting in because of the amount of money you have or what you're wearing. It is here. It's your connection to God. Is how you're treating and how you moving. Because you can look a certain way, but your heart be broken and be nasty.
Absolutely.
And be, you know what I mean? And so it's not about that. But I want to make sure that I'm hearing God, I'm listening, and you can see that by the fruits of what I put out, how I treat people, how I show up every day. Not, I put this money in this and I did this, or I'm looking a certain way, so I must be close to God. No, that's not what it is.
But then, go ahead.
I was just going to say, because God's not religious.
Right.
So he's not connected to a religion. So I think that when people say, okay, if you believe, if you're Muslim, if you're, Buddhist or whatever, I think that when people, first of all, we don't have a heaven or hell to send nobody to.
That's right.
So when people say, okay, well, if you're not this way, you're going to hell, I don't believe that.
At all.
Because I don't think that we serve a mean God. I don't think that you have a whole territory of people who are Muslim and he's going to overlook them because they didn't believe what I believe.
Right.
Because when you read the Bible in Revelations, it says that when he sent the angels to speak, they were all speaking different languages. And we all understood him in our language. So that means that he knows how to talk to you. He knows how to talk to you. He knows how to talk to you. He knows how to talk to me.
In a way that you're
in a way that we're going to understand and receive it. So it's not about how much, because it actually says in the Bible, it's harder for rich people to get into heaven than it is a poor person, because a poor person will give their last versus a rich person will hold on to what they have. Right. They don't want to relinquish that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually harder for them to get into heaven than it is a poor person. So it's not about what you give, because he don't care. God don't need no money.
That's true.
At all.
He don't need no money. He don't need our money. He don't need anything from us. So it's more about you. It's the action, being willing to do it. It's the obedience. You know what I'm saying? Being willing to take those steps and listen. If he say, "Okay, I asked you, Tasha, to go ahead and get rid of everything, have nothing." Are you willing to do that? That's the person that's obedient. It's not the person that's going to try to negotiate, because you can't negotiate with God. His nose is nose. His yes is yes.
That's right. That you, oh man, it's funny that you mentioned that, because he put me in that same exact place.
Okay.
Some years ago, I was in that same exact place. I used to be the girl, everything had to be designer, everything had to have a label, you know what I mean? Everything, I'm spending all my money on all this stuff. I had absolutely horrible money habits. Absolutely horrible. Like, I would spend my rent money on a bag.
My goodness.
And then,
Okay, Miss Investor, because you flipped that around.
this was before I learned about
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You definitely
switched
yes.
it around.
Look at the growth.
I was in a bad place. I would
crazy.
spend my rent. I would spend my rent money on a bag,
And not
then
ashamed to say
call
it.
my dad, Daddy.
Ooh.
Need some help with rent this month.
What happened? Oh, I don't know. Unexpected expense.
I'm wearing my rent.
It was Gucci.
So, and I used, because I didn't grow up learning healthy money habits. I didn't grow up learning any of that. I didn't even grow up experiencing any of that. We were the kids in school with leather backpacks and going to school with Sherlins, and we didn't know where my mom was getting this stuff from. You know what I mean? We didn't know how to manage money. We just knew, we always had the latest this, the latest that. We looked good. Our hair was done. You know what I mean? So I had to maintain that, because that's what I knew. And then, of course, got a little older, fell in love with, designer.
The materials.
Right. Fell in love with the
I want the
materials, the
materials.
accessories. So my accessory had to accessorize.
Right?
Yes.
And they always did.
The responsibilities came last.
Exactly.
No responsibilities for me.
Very last. And I didn't even realize until I came out of that. So God brought me to a place where he literally had to break me down. Like, break me down, to where I realized all of these materials are just that, materials. You can look, when it was so bad to where, like, I would have so many things. Like, I had people around me that really didn't care about me, really didn't like me. They was just around me because of, what they could attain being connected to me, or, things like that. And I've even had times where, like, I look back on pictures and I'll be like, dang, I had that Gucci bag. You know what? That bag disappeared. I don't even know what happened to it. Like, it just disappeared, vanished into thin air. Like, that, it was crazy. It was so bad. But he really got me to a place where I really had to sit down and listen. And he brought me to a place where it's like this or that. You know what I mean? If you want more, show me your commitment. Show me how dedicated you can be. I sold everything. Got rid of everything. I kept a few pieces. Good piece. Little few. But
Did he tell you to sell everything, or did he tell you keep some?
I feel like he told me to sell everything.
And you was disobedient by keeping some.
Well, no, I didn't. So the pieces that I did keep, I acquired after selling everything.
You can't negotiate with God, girl.
You're
He
right.
told you. He told you to sell everything.
I'm gonna have to. God, we're gonna have to talk after this episode. So
I feel you, girl, because that was after.
Yeah.
You said, okay, I
It was
kept
like
after.
I
got a couple
few more
things.
pieces. So,
Oh, you
I'm
got
just
some
like,
after he told you to get some?
Yeah.
Oh,
after I sold,
okay.
After
She
I
already
sold
gave all the other
everything.
stuff away. So,
Yeah,
okay,
gave
God,
all the
these
other
mine,
stuff
right?
away. Right.
I can
So
keep
feel
these.
Like it was everything that I was attached to in that mindset. Everything I was attached to in the materialistic mindset was what had to go. All of it had to go.
Yeah.
And it went one way or another. Either I sold it, God removed it.
Yep.
It got stolen. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So he removed it one way or another. If
he
you're not
will.
going to remove it, I'm going to remove it.
He will.
And that included people. That included the materials. That included relationships. That included everything. So, and I really got to a point where some would say, I was alone. I wasn't alone.
No, he wasn't.
And God, showed me, I'm walking with you. I'm right here with you.
I love that you say, if he tells you to remove something, and it's not just materials, because for me it's people.
Absolutely.
And I have went through a full transformation of the people who are in my life, because it's like, okay, you're too attached to these beings. These are here to be your friend and your helpmates and these things of the third. But if you care more about their voice than mine, they gotta go.
They do.
You know what I mean? And so it doesn't matter if you've been my best friend for 28 years. It doesn't matter if I've known you for 5 minutes. If this isn't a part of the journey for me, and all good things come to the end. Everything is not about a bad thing either. You can walk away from somebody without having, you know, full on drag outs, right? But it's more so about like, okay, this doesn't go to this next level with me. And sometimes we part ways from people. They weren't at that chapter, but they at the next. Or they might be 6 chapters down the road, but we have to be ready to release. And I'm in this season of surrender, and I keep saying that. So I always say, like, you know, Allah, I am in need of any good thing you would bestow upon me. And it is something that we say in Arabic, and I pray that all the time. And I am willing to walk away from anything that is not for me so that I can have the good thing that you are bestowing upon me.
Absolutely.
And I'm just surrendering, and I'm just pushing into that, you know, the cutter of Allah, and what is for me is for me. So if this is not working out, that means the next thing is better for me. So I got to let it go.
I agree.
And if I'm wrong, I always believe God spins the block for me. If I let go of something that was for me, he bringing it back. It's coming back. He said, okay, girl, you was doing good. That one was really yours. You can have it.
Because maybe when he initially tried to give it to you, you weren't ready for it.
That's
Correct.
so good.
The alignment.
That's so good.
The alignment, exactly. When the alignment is not aligning,
It won't align.
it won't align.
And then also sometimes, because this happened to me, and I'm going to tell y'all, this happened recently, where we put people in his position. And he have to remove them because that's a very dangerous position to put somebody in. And when I say put people in his position, it's not meaning that I'm worshiping this person, I'm praying to this person. That means that instead of me going to God, I'm going to you. You are my problem solver. You have been the person I come to find my resolution. And the first time he removed the person, I feel like it was in my ex relationship. I put that person in this position where he was in God's position. I didn't realize that until after I got out that relationship. So then once I got out that relationship, me and my aunt, I have an aunt who I talk to literally about 10 times a day. Like, that's my girl. But she is the person who helped me become more into my Bible. We did Bible study every day, and I call her my Eli. So in the Bible, it's Eli, and I think it's Elisha. So I call her my Eli, and I was Elisha. Like, I followed her around. I got, we read the Bible together. Like, that was my person, or she is my person. And last year, it just became, me and her, we stopped talking. Like, we stopped talking out of nowhere. And I remember crying to God, because I'm like, God, I feel like I'm disconnected from you. What happened? And I was crying out, because I'm like, I don't want to be in this position. I want to be close to you. And I promise y'all, I got the video. I will show y'all. God, like, he gave me a revelation. He was like, I'm removing anybody you put in my position. I removed your auntie. She's not mad at you, because I thought my auntie was mad. And I'm like, but we didn't get into it. You know what I mean? But we was not talking. And I'm like, so what happened? He was like, she's not mad at you. I just removed her because you put her in my position. And anybody you put in my position, I'm going to remove them. And I remember crying, and I recorded a video, because I'm like, I don't know why I'm recording this video. I don't know what this is going to do. But God, I'm so sorry. I will never put anybody, because it was becoming a point where she was my go-to person. Like, my auntie read the Bible like 100 times. So instead of me going to God, I wanted to answer right now. Like, auntie, what this mean? Okay, in Proverbs it said da da da. I will go to her right now, and she would tell me, baby, you need to pray on it. You need to ask God. But no, auntie, tell me. Or, auntie, can you go to God and ask God to do this for me? And baby, you need to pray. You have to have your own connection with him.
Absolutely.
She's like, I can point you in a direction, but I can't get you to heaven. And she used to tell me that all the time, and she still tells me that. But once he told me that, and I cried out, and I promise y'all, like, literally a month or two later, me and Monty been talking every day. Like nothing ever happened. It was almost like he gave us permission to pick back up, but he needed to show me, like, girl, you putting her in my position, and she can't
That's
save
right.
your soul.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no
God-
one can do that for you.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
so good.
He'll definitely do that. Like I find in some of my toughest moments when I don't go to him first or I don't come to him, I'm calling because, you know, I'm boohoo crying and calling. I need somebody to talk to. I'm calling my best
Nobody
friend.
answers.
Nobody answers. Nobody's available.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you have to come to me.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
those aren't the options.
Yep.
Come to me.
And I've gotten to the place where I don't even do that. So now I just pray. Like I have to be by myself.
Yep.
Because before, like you said, let me call my mama. Let me call this. Let me call this person. Da, 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 da.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, let me just call God. Like, let me just,
Yes.
hey God, it's me.
Yes.
And I'm crying and
Me
travailing.
again.
And I always, for me, I speak to God in motion. So I have to go walk. I have to be in the mountain. I got to hike. And it's something about me just being out of my room space or whatever. It doesn't matter where I'm at. If I'm at work and I'm having a problem, I'm going for a walk. If I'm outside, I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a walk. I talk to God in motion because I feel like in that motion, like it's just something that connects for me to where it's just me and God and we walking and I'm talking and I'm just releasing. And I think that also makes that energy break up inside of me and it lets all of these emotions come out and I can get to the core of it because sometimes we hide our true feelings from God.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to say that,
He
God.
can't see it.
He already knows.
Like,
Okay, so
seriously.
and now I'm just like completely bare. Like I'm just like this is what it is, and that is how I show up in life now with other people. So if you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth because I'm trying to show up that way all the time to just. Let me just be completely transparent. Let me be honest and let me show you what I'm really feeling or what I'm experiencing because hiding is not helping me. And so I no longer hide from God. I just
Absolutely.
go
You
right
can't.
to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Okay.
Like, Adam tries to hide from God, and God was like, what are you doing? Like,
Do what I see you.
right, like, what are you doing?
Come out of there.
Adam talking about, I'm naked. God's like, okay, and who told you was naked? Because now it's coming out. Like, you wouldn't even supposed to know you was naked. Like, y'all was cool until y'all ate that fruit. So, do y'all all read the Bible? Well, I know you read the Quran.
Yeah, so I've read the Bible
And
I read the Quran now. And the other one that I want to read is the Torah. Because it talks about the 3 books and I'm all about, okay, what's the big picture? How do I connect this together? And I feel like the more that I read and study, I'll get closer to that.
Do you ladies?
I do read the Bible. I've read some of the Torah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Because I'm like that as well. Like I'm open to hearing about, learning about all different, religions, all different beliefs. I'm very open-minded. So I do, yes.
What about you, Elena?
I'm very familiar with the Bible. I've never opened it up and read it from front to back. That's a goal that I'm working on. But yeah, I'm familiar.
I'm going to give you, I do a Bible study. It's called The Bible in a Year. It gives you scriptures to read in the morning, and it gives you one to read in the evening. I'm going to send it over to you. But the reason why I asked, because I want to leave the people, like, with your favorite scripture or your favorite verse.
Ooh,
I
that
can
is
tell
so
you
good.
that.
I can tell you that.
You can tell me?
Yeah.
Okay, go first. I'm going to pull up mine.
I have...
Go ahead.
So I'm not as strong in the Quran yet because I'm new. But what I do is I find my favorite scripture that I had in the Bible and I try to find it in the Quran. And so in the Bible, I have 2 is write the vision and make it plain because I think that's so important to me. That's Habakkuk 1, 2, 3, somebody.
Who you asking?
So stop right there. And then I also, his faith is sufficient, or his grace is sufficient for me. My strength is made perfect in weakness. And I found it in the Quran, and it's something more of the nature of like Allah's strength is perfect for me or whatever. So I found that's what I've been doing is trying to say, what is my favorite here? How do I find it here? And that has been a good learning journey for me too, but I still use those things because they resonate for me. And like I said, I just try to find it in the Quran and I've been successful finding them. So
I love that.
I love that for me.
Alina, you got yours pulled up?
I don't know the exact scripture, but I know it's through all things Christ is who strengthens me.
I love that.
I could do all
That's
things
a
through
good
Christ
one.
that strengthens me.
That's a good one. So mine is Matthew 18:20. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them. I love that. And I literally live by that. Like, that's why I'm so quick to pray for people. Because if you tell me, Tasha, pray for me, that means we both praying for the same thing. That means that God is right there in the middle, because he said, for where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them. So if we come together and agree that we going to pray for this, he going to be right there. I love that.
So I'm going to just give one of my favorites. So one of my favorites is from Mark chapter 5, verse 34. And it's, he said to her, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering.
Yes.
And that one resonates so deeply with me, because I feel like I've spent a lot of my earlier years in living in trauma, living in survival mode, things of that nature. And I'm getting to a place where I'm finally free from a lot of that bondage. So that's why that resonates so deeply
that's so
for me.
good.
And it's that reminder that I've been freed, and it's that reminder that not only have I been freed, but to continue to allow myself that space, like you were speaking earlier, for love and grace and things of that nature.
I love that. And don't let nobody put you in that bondage, because that's
don't
where.
let nobody put you back in there.
Is that
he brought you from it.
the woman with the issue of blood?
Yeah.
And she touched him? Yes. And so, and they were like, she literally touched the bottom of his garment and she was healed, because she had so much faith that even if I touch a little bit, even if I get close enough, he can heal me. My God, that is so good, y'all.
That is.
I love this topic. I
So
love.
good.
It was. I'm so happy that we talked about this, because I think that it's so important. We can have fun, and I think we do have fun on our podcast, and we talk about everything up under the moon and the sun. But I think that it's important to show the people how we stay grounded.
That's right.
We don't stay grounded by having kicks and giggles, baby. We stay grounded by getting on our knees.
That's
and whatever it is that we do, to
Staying
make
in
sure
our
that
faith.
we're staying with God and being aligned with him. So I'm so happy we did this.
Yes, and even with the different beliefs, we all intersect at the same point where God is the focus.
Absolutely.
God is the center. And so that's just beautiful to show that we can be in harmony and peace together. And it's like, okay, if God is the focal point, we winning. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're winning. And that is my belief. I'm not going to let it go either.
I agree.
Ever.
I agree. And I think that was what we just did today, where we have 4 different women, 4 different backgrounds. We all have, we believe in God. We might not be the same religion or of any type of religion, but we have showed the people that it don't matter what religion you practice, as long as, like you said, the focal point is God. As long as the end goal is God. Whatever gets you to where you need to be. Listen.
It's the 4 bosses with 4 diaries on a podcast, sharing and how we connect, and we're together in this. I love it.
So that is a wrap, boss babes. Thank you for tuning in. Stay bold, stay brilliant, and keep building your empire. We'll catch you next time.
And if you have any Dear Diary moments, tips, or advice you would like to share with us, send them to the Boss's Diary podcast at gmail.com.
And that's a wrap, ladies. And as we say all the time,
Netflix, cut the check.